genre. Media.
Okay, here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez show.
No te agüitas, Frequito Calcorion. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez show. I got some first timers here. What's up, Aaron?
What's up, man?
What's up, Joe?
What's up?
These are the two that make up Bubba and Brie grilled cheese.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's it.
Like right off the bat, how did y'all guys come up with that name?
I came up with that name because it's actually our kids' nicknames. So my son goes by Bubba. My daughter's name is Aubrey, so I always call her Brie. So, and most people say Braze, and it's Breeze. It
rhymes, so you gotta.
So they just mispronounce it, but I don't correct. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Just buy something.
Yeah.
But Brie is a cheese, right?
Yes, but it's spelled differently.
Oh, okay.
It's spelled differently, but I think actually Kelsey Pittman said Breeze when she came. You know, she's the girl from 995.
Yeah.
So she actually said it correct, not thinking something else, but most people get it wrong. But that's where we came up with the name. I was like, what matches with grilled cheese? Bubba and Breeze. Kind of just flows with it.
We had a couple of names that we were going through back and forth, but she's the one who came up with the right name that just sounded perfect.
Hell yeah.
So it really worked out. It took a little while, to do the design, and she was going, but she did good with it.
Bro, to be honest with you, and not just because you're here, we've talked about it before. Y'all shit is the shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's fire, bro. It's fire.
We appreciate that,
thank
man.
I heard. So this past Friday was the first Friday art trail for April, right? Or May? May. And I heard you while I was in line say that y'all brought extra. Like a lot of extra.
Every first Friday. I mean, of course, it changes with the weather. Of course, we don't bring as much during the beginning in February because it's cold. But as the months go by, it gets warmer, especially with school. We bring more and we sell out faster, And it's a process. You just never know. And it sucks because, there's people that wait in line and they're like, I want this sandwich. And they get there and they're like, we're out.
That happened to me. So I waited in line and then I got to the front and I saw one of your workers come and wipe damn near everything off the board. And I was like, fuck.
Yes, dude. I mean,
you brought your own bread. Here, help me.
Dude, it was a crazy busy first Friday. I mean, we bring probably the most we bring, and we probably sold out the fastest that we've sold out.
And I'll be honest with you, man. A couple of my friends that showed up to support my wife were like, hey, you said Bubba and Bree was going to be here. I want to try it out because I heard them from your podcast. And they both said, like, y'all stuff was amazing.
Yeah,
it's some good shit,
man. We appreciate that, man. We just appreciate all the support that we've been having with it, man. I mean, like,
and it helps that we're kind of not a regular based everyday kind of thing. We only do events. We're only open so many days. So of course, when people see that we're out there, they come show us love.
Give people a chance to miss you.
Yeah. So.
And you guys work regular 9 to 5s?
He does.
I do. Yeah, I got a full-time job. That's the reason why we're only
that's
open
a
for
hustle in itself, bro.
Dude, this past week we did five events.
From April 28th to Cinco de Mayo, we did 5 events in the 7 days that we were there.
Damn. And you got
hard.
a full-time job.
And then on top of that, I mean, I'm cooking. I still cook my own brisket for our brisket grilled cheeses or any brisket that we do. So I'm cooking overnight, the night before every event.
You smoke it?
Yeah, I smoke my briskets every time.
And the grilled cheese truck actually came out of. We used to be, when we first started our food truck in 2020, we were a barbecue food truck. So we were a full service barbecue. We did ribs, sausage, brisket, smoked barbacoa. Like, we did everything,
Wow.
and it was amazing. That's where we did Texas Twinkies. You're talking about the sides. Like, it was good, but it was just so much work for him to have to prep everything, and he was the main cooker.
And it's expensive too to do barbecue.
Yes, and it's just, and everybody has barbecue.
The first time I had smoked barbacoa, it changed my life.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh my god, his was amazing. Like, his is so good,
dude. In fact, little Mike, dude, he would line up for that.
Yep.
Every time, dude. He would go and show love because he wanted the smoked barbacoa or the ribs, dude.
You can taste the difference, man.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
And this shit is good.
And it's crazy because it's such a small piece of meat, but it has to be smoked just as long as the brisket.
13.
Yeah.
It was 12, 13 hours for barbacoa.
You smoked it in its own fat or dry?
No, I smoked it in its own fat, so
Yeah.
I would season it with my salt and pepper, whatever, and then I would smoke it, and then I put it in a tray, and then I just let it marinate with its own juices, man. So, dude, it was
I
legit.
want to try that.
Yeah, it was legit.
And then use that fat for fried eggs.
I didn't do that. I should have.
Dude, beef tallow, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you don't use beef tallow to fry your eggs,
Overeaters.
whoo.
Wow, never thought about that. But we also sold a brisket grilled cheese on our barbecue food truck, and that was our number one seller. So when it was like, do we want to keep the food truck? What do we want to do? And we had talked about doing grilled cheese before the barbecue, but he just loved making barbecue so much that he was like, I don't want to stop. And I was like, but it's really kind of like hard. So I said, let's just do a grilled cheese food truck. And I was like, let's just try it. What are we going to do? And I came up with all the names and all the menu. And I said, well, this is what I think would be good. Something small, not too much.
It works, though,
and
'cause
he's
people
like,
love it.
and when we opened in November of 21, and we would sell out every time. Like, it was crazy busy, crazy good. And, we've done really well for ourselves, I think, for being not open that often.
Yeah, I know every time that Cardinals announces that they're going to have all those food trucks there.
Oh, the
And
midnight craving.
when I see y'all in there, I'm like, yeah, I'm going.
Mm-hmm. And it's the perfect food for a food truck because it's easy to, it's easy to hold a grilled cheese. A lot of people, you got to have the fork and this and that. It's a process when you're just trying to find somewhere.
You'd be surprised how many people
ask.
ask for forks, though, with their
Really?
grilled cheese.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the insides are just coming out.
Yeah.
But the look of y'all sandwich is so deceiving, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you get your sandwich. I'm a big dude. I can put some food down and I finish that sandwich and I'm full as all hell. And I would have never thought that sandwich would have filled me up.
Especially the pun, which we broke it down from the Pandeos, because I would get so many people be like,
The what?
they would laugh. They would laugh at the name because most people, and even like people I wouldn't think would know what it meant. And I was like, okay, maybe we should just like simplify it so we
a lot
don't get
easier.
so many questions.
That way you don't have to explain it either.
Yes, I was so many explanations
Let me
of
get
why.
the pun to Joe.
The pundit.
So we did it, and it's quite a bit of food. It's almost close to a pound of food when it's all said and done, and it's one of our top. That one and the Texas Twinkie are just right there with it.
Can people hire y'all for like a wedding or
We've done one wedding.
or a quinceanera or something?
I mean, we definitely can do something like that. The thing is, like the menu, we usually, if we do a big event like that, like the wedding, or we do a catering job, we'll send them a menu. They'll pick out two sandwiches, 3 sandwiches that they choose that we know we could get out in the right time, because we don't want to have a full-blown menu because then we don't know what cheeses to drop.
Oh, yeah.
So we simplify the menu. That way we know, okay, I could keep making this same sandwich and then top it the same way, so we could stay ahead and be able
Plus, you don't.
to do it.
It's really not the best if you have a cold grilled cheese. You don't got that cheese
Oh,
pull.
yeah,
You don't have like whatever. So we kind of try not to do too much caterings though, just because we want to make sure that we have the freshest product and the freshest stuff going out there. And if we can find a way to do it, then we will.
Yeah, like the wedding we did, we were with 2 other food trucks there, and we ended up serving like 130 sandwiches within an hour or hour and a half.
Oh wow!
That we pumped out. So
Damn.
it was quite a bit, man. But it was 2 sandwiches we served. We served the jalapeno popper
and the buffalo
chicken.
I had that on Friday,
and
that was the shit.
Yeah,
the
dude. And so we could get them out pretty quick. I could average, we could do probably 8 sandwiches every 4.5 minutes that we average.
Damn,
So-
we got it down to a science.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
right now
down.
we're working on transitioning because we use a griddle, like a flat top griddle, and we can only usually make 6 sandwiches right now. And so that's what sometimes our wait time is kind of long. And I hate to be like, oh, it's kind of a long, but we can only make 6 sandwiches. So we're trying to change how we make them and use like a panini press kind of thing,
Oh, okay.
which it's you can make 4 at a time compared to in a little smaller space compared to our flat top. And
with
so
the foil brick.
Yeah, well, it has flat surfaces, so most paninis have the little grill marks.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this one has a flat surface, so one of my restaurants I deliver bread to, they actually let us use it to try it out, and give it a go and see if it works. And then, we did 3-4 events with it so far.
So let's just do like 6 sandwiches 10 sandwiches at a time, which is great because it helps us get sandwiches out faster. It's a little bit slower than the flat top, which I'm like,
Yeah, so we're kind of playing with that to see, we definitely want to get out sandwiches quicker, for the customers, but we also want to have our reputation of, trying to put out the best product we can.
How do people find you?
We have an Instagram, which is Bubba_Breeze_grilled cheese. And then we have our Facebook, which is B&B Grilled Cheese. You can find us under there.
And you'll post where you're going to be at.
Yeah, so we try to post a schedule Monday or Tuesday, and just where we're going to be at for the week.
Yeah.
So, so that's awesome. So we'll get into the slap dick shit.
All business out of the way now.
Let me throw one more thing out. So what we are going to do is this coming, we haven't announced it yet, but we're going to make an announcement on our Facebook and Instagram. But we are going to bring back our when we first started the grilled cheese truck, we made our own limeades, lemonades, and our frozen drinks. So we had like frozen mangonadas and frozen
we called them sandinada, but they were like a frozen watermelon, kind of like a mangonada that had the whole toppings as
like
the same.
Like a blended drink?
Yes.
Yeah, they're frozen drinks with chamoy, tahini.
Oh, badass.
And
the whole shebang on there.
on it.
And we used to make those along with our desserts. We still offer our desserts now, but it was just didn't have the employees and the time to do both of them. So when it got a little colder, we pulled it and just said we're just going to do regular Cokes. It's faster. We can get it out there. But now that it's getting warmer and stuff and we're not open as often, we want to just drop it and like during the middle of the week or something at night, just doing our desserts and our frozen drinks and our lemonades our limeades.
And let's keep it 100. People buy that to put alcohol in it too.
Oh, you're ready.
Oh, dude. They've asked us about it, like giving out little bottles, because I think one of my buddies was telling me that we can't sell it, but we can hand it out. So like upcharge it and
there
just
you
hand
go.
it out.
Tight move.
Like just you could give it away, but you can't sell it.
Yeah.
So he had said something about that, but I mean we still got to look into doing stuff like that. But our drinks they're super good. It's all squeeze. We use fresh fruit on our cucumber limeade. Strawberry limeades that we had. It was
that
really
strawberry
good.
limeade's so good.
Yeah, it was really
Those
good.
are all your
When he
recipes?
says we, he
her
talks
recipes.
about me.
Yeah, her recipes. They were all her.
I was the one squeezing all them lemons and limes.
I mean, she really did do the whole thing, So like
but he didn't have the time. I think if he had the time, he didn't have his own job, he wouldn't do it. But I just have to raise my kids and do this.
Yeah.
Bro, you were working a full-time job and had a barbecue food truck. Shit.
Dude.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, damn.
And that's because
like 10, 12-hour smokes, man.
Dude, it was when we had the barbecue truck. The reason why it was so hard, we were only open 2 days a week there. We were open every Wednesday, and if we could Saturday, because Saturday was an easy day for my job, right? So, but it was like Monday we would go around and check inventory, start doing some shopping. Tuesday we prepped all day. Tuesday I would smoke all day overnight. Tuesday night. And I would have everything ready by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And we'd get there, set up, and we were done by 2 o'clock, sold out. And it was like, it took 3 days of thing for a 3-hour sellout.
That's crazy.
It was like, dude, it was way too much work.
Yeah.
Man.
And then people are bitching at like, the local barbecue spots here in town that they sell out fast or they're not open all the time. Like
they don't see all the work that goes on behind it.
And then a lot of people see prices and they're like, and it's just like you don't understand how much the prices of just in the last like 6 months the price of cheese was gone up like $3 a bag compared to what it was, like
go buy a brisket at Costco.
Yeah.
Like legit. $160, man. For a brisket, man.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah,
and then I want it for a 2 meat plate for $20. Get the fuck out of here.
Somebody we know says you get it real cheap if you do self checkout, man. Somebody we know. I don't want to throw them under the bus, but you know who you are.
5-pound fucking brisket. You scan it as an onion. So you guys, husband and wife.
Yes.
How are y'all not divorced?
Don't get me wrong.
Working in
Exactly.
Well, we're going on 23 years together. We've been together since we were 16.
Because that's hectic, man. You got.
It's a lot of stress.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of stress, and we have our moments where we want to kill each other. but somehow we just get through it.
Yeah, it's hard, dude. Compromising.
Ask our employees; they hear us talk trash to each other.
I mean, but that's what we have, you know. We might not talk the best to each other, but it's the
all love it.
And then at the end of the night, we're like, "I love you. I'm so sorry it was me." You know.
I mean, it's been a process, but it's been good, man.
Yeah,
it's been good for.
I like the little pager things that you
Lifesaver.
Tight move. That is a tight move. Yep.
Dude,
I bet those were expensive as fuck.
No, it was like $120. I think
really?
I paid for them.
Oh, okay.
But it was so much
More people need to do
better.
that.
Oh yeah, it was so much better than what we used to do when we first opened. Like we would just call a name and people like couldn't hear us, or then we started doing like text messages and people didn't have their phone. And even now, even with the pager, somebody puts it in their pocket. They don't feel the vibration. They don't hear it. And they come back like, where's my sandwich? And I'm like, I called you like a while back, you know, kind of thing. So
those things are perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the Midnight Cravings, like here, I mean, now it's starting to warm up, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
In the past few months. And you can go to your car if you park close enough, you know, wait in your car. It's perfect.
And the range is like a football field, for at least what that's what was advertised to me.
Yeah, that's what we would do. We'd wait in the truck until, you know, it went off because it's just too cold to be out there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We could probably use more because sometimes we get close. I'm like, hey, I'm about to run out of pagers. We need to pick up the pace or something else.
It's Aaron's fault.
She gets all stressed out. I'm looking at the grill, looking at tickets everywhere, and it's like,
stop taking orders.
Dude, I'm like, you need to start talking to them. Like,
I'm like,
find
how
out what
much
they
more
did
can I
yesterday.
say? I was like, I try my best. I was like, but he doesn't get like.
He said, find out what they did yesterday.
Dude,
some small
You know,
talk.
that's like
Talk
Dutch
about the
Brothers.
dog,
Have you guys ever
something.
been to Dutch Brothers? Like, you know,
Yeah.
you go in Dutch Brothers, they're like, oh, how was your day? You know, whatever. And I was like, am I going to have to pull a Dutch
You
Brothers
might
here?
have to.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Is it okay to not want to talk to them? Like,
Kind of. Sometimes you're just not in the mood.
Yeah, man. You're kind of having a shit go at it, and she's like, blah blah blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And give me
He
my
hates
tea.
it. He
Dude,
cannot stand
I want to roll
it.
up my window so bad, but I'm like, dude, we do customer service, so I get it. You know, well, she gets it. I don't.
He doesn't understand. Like, he does the back end of the thing where he's grilling the sandwiches, and he's like, you don't know. Like, it's stressful. And I'm like, I get it. I know. I was like, but you don't have people looking at you making faces, and like, you know, it gets stressful because I want to get it out for them and make you hurry up. But
You're the face of Bubba and Breeze.
It's
Yeah.
like
Dude.
it's like titty bar-ish to me. That's how I see it as.
Yeah.
Like, because they're being told behind the scenes, like, to do that shit. So it's fake, like just like a
titty
titty
bar-ish.
bar, like
Yeah.
just like you're showing me fake attention because I got 20s in my pocket. Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up and just give me my.
You don't
want to
know my life. Yeah, they're just doing it.
You're over there like,
waste
you don't
time.
have to do this anymore. I can take
I'm
you
here
away from
because
this
my dad
lifestyle.
just fucking hit my mom, bitch. Like, give me my fucking tea.
You don't have to live this life anymore. Come on. And sometimes, like, I'll go to order and, like, I see Aaron busy and, like, I want to talk to him. I'm like, I know he's busy. So I'll just be like, hey, what's up, dude? And turn around and move on. Because, I mean, you've got 100 tickets up there, you know, on your way. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and try to bullshit
You don't
with
understand the stress, dude. I'm looking at it, and then she's like, once I hear her say, "There's tickets on this side," I'm like, I'm screwed. So I just, you know,
Yeah.
try to go
And
as
then
fast
there's
as I can.
sometimes where we're shorthanded, and I'm like, I'm having to go make the desserts, and I'm having to like stop, and I'm like, hold on a second, give me a second. And then I come back, and they're like, hurry the hell up.
Are you the only one on the grill actually cook? Because she's taking orders, and I
Yeah.
know you've got help, like kind of a
Well, we have-
assembly, getting stuff together,
Yeah,
but you're the main.
Yeah, I'm the one that cooks 99% of them.
What do you do when you need to take a dump or
Dude.
go pee?
He
You
holds
just-
it.
Holds it, dude.
You hold it.
Pampers, Pampers.
Dude, we
bro.
did a
You
an-
deserve a gold medal, bro.
Dude, we did an event that was like 5 hours, 6 hours, dude, and we were nonstop from open to end until we completely sold out, dude. And I mean, I didn't have time to even drink water. I mean, like literally, I put the sandwiches down. By the time there, I'm doing something else, or I'm grabbing cheeses, or I'm getting my bread, or I'm filling up. You know, like we got to swap out the cases of cheeses that we have in our sandwich prep. So, dude, it's never ending, dude. And
Yeah.
when you see
And
all
people
them
don't
tickets,
see the backside of it. I mean, I know people want it timely, but it's hard. It's hard to do it. And
what the hard part about it is we make everything fresh. So like, I really don't drop a sandwich until somebody orders it, you know, because like I said, we're trying to put out the best that we can. So
Yeah.
we want them to have the cheese pool. We want them to be like the crunchy top, you know, like I don't want to send a sandwich out that's either not toasted enough. Sometimes we've done two little
sometimes
two
I'll be
toe
the
sits.
judgy one,
yeah.
like, that was a little dark.
Get that burnt shit out of my face.
Yeah, but it's like, but you know, when I'm the only one cooking, I got 6 grills and I got covers on everything. So you're trying to see, like, damn, which one did I cover?
And you got to take a shit,
Dude. It's like, dude, I'm looking at water. I'm like, dude, give me a drink.
And then
man.
and it's about to get hot again. Like, oh my gosh, like during the summer, even
That's
these
gotta
last few
suck.
days that it's been 90 degrees, like we are dying, and like we're like dying.
Yeah,
and when it's 100, even we have like a little air conditioner, but that thing
It ain't
is
doing
not.
anything.
It is not helping us whatsoever.
Dude, if you're not a foot away from that air conditioner, you're not gonna feel it.
Yeah.
And I'm over both grills that are burning up, dude. It's just, I got steam coming
So
up everywhere.
that's the magic to y'all sandwich. A little bit of sweat dripping into the that's
Hey,
what it is, huh?
It's the love, dude.
That's what it
a little bit of love right there.
like your mom said, if it's made with love, it's always gonna be good.
That's what it is. A little bit of sweat.
Yeah.
Bro, like I can do anything in this world, and I mean that, except hold my shit. If I
I'm the
gotta
same
go,
way.
bro, I fucking gotta go.
He
The
will
whole time
not-
he's saying that, I'm like, I would
No,
never
not me,
own a
dude.
food truck.
He will wait for hours. He doesn't like to go anywhere but his house.
He's like a Pomeranian,
Bro.
or like, you know, dogs can just hold their shit for hours on end.
Dude, I will drive 90 to get to the house, dude. I've done it before, dude. I'm like,
So you're like shit break. Have to go home to take a
Gotta
shit.
wait.
yes,
Yeah.
dude.
And that's like where it's about to like projectile out his butt.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, either I'll call, like, if I'm going to my mom's and I'm in a hurry, I'm like, dude, have the door open, make sure nobody's in the bathroom. I'm coming in hot, dude.
I do that when I'm delivering mail because like my mom lives close to my route, and so it's embarrassing because like our neighbors are all retired. So they're always outside watering the grass, and they see me park my mail truck and run inside. So I'll tell mom, unlock the door. I don't got time to fuck around.
They all want to talk to you about their
Yeah.
mail and shit.
Like, hey, what's up, John? I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, Stanley. I'm just gonna run in, dude. I know exactly what you
he's
mean.
had a phobia since I've been with him, where he's like, I just
Dude,
want to be doing it at home. If I'm not, he will not go to
Really?
a bathroom at a grocery
No.
store. Like he's nowhere.
What about driving out of town?
You're just gonna hold it.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what traumatized me. This is what traumatized me. So Justin Boseals.
Okay.
Okay, I used to go with him to Albuquerque. We used to go to the Balloon Festival every year. I would go with his family all the time. Me and him were best friends. And dude, we get to we drove all the way to Albuquerque, and I needed to go bad, dude, and so did he. So we go to the bathroom, and some people walk in. So there I go, do what Jonathan does, lift my feet up. I'm like, dude, I'm like, dude, I'm not whatever. This little punk, he gets done quicker than me, dude. And he's like, dude, it smells like shit in here. And dude, he starts banging,
Throwing you under the bus.
Dude, he's throwing me under the bus after he took one too.
Hey, guess
So-
who his cousin is?
I know.
This is Mike Rangel.
Yeah. So dude, he calls me out, dude. And after that, I was like, I'm
That's
never
all
gonna.
that did it?
I'm never gonna go in a public place, dude. I will hold it and find somewhere to go. Or
I
wait
think
till
he's
the
rubbing
hotel.
off on my son. I think my son's
The
kind
same
of
way?
a similar
Yeah,
way.
dude.
Like we just went to San Angelo this past weekend, and he's like, I have to go take a poop, and I was like, we're not going to be at the hotel. We can't check in until after your games. And he's like, I really have to go. And I was like, well, there's this really nice convenience store that
He's all
the
sick trying to
toilets-
hold it.
Dude,
Yes.
I had to go in there and set toilet paper up for him around the toilet, dude. I'm like, oh, dude, it was so bad. But yeah, he's just like me, man. I was like,
Is it
when
because you don't want anybody knowing it's you? Is that what it is?
I don't know, dude. I don't know if that thing just traumatized me to like the feeling I felt when he was calling me out and people were like, dude,
It stinks.
yeah,
like
dude.
ass in
He's all banging on the door. He's like, dude, hurry up, dude. You make the bathroom. I was like, dude,
So you didn't play football at Lopez?
no. I played basketball, baseball my sophomore year, and then junior, senior.
Because I think if you played football, it'll erase that memory.
Oh,
Because there was just
wasn't
3 shitters.
Yeah, there wasn't anything blocking the
It
toilets.
was just you and your best friend shitting next to each other, man.
dang.
And at first it was embarrassing, and then your senior year, you're like, "Hey man, pass me that newspaper over there."
Dang.
I don't know if he would have done that even then.
Yeah,
I don't think
know.
so.
I remember I walked in on Coach Webster just chunking a deuce, reading
Yeah.
his paper like nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing, dude. I'm like, all right. It was just weird to me, too. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
It was
tough.
nothing. Like I said, by the time 3 years of shitting with your friends, by the senior year, it was just habit, like whatever.
Yeah,
But
no.
when I gotta take a shit, give me a fucking floor to shit on, because
Like, you don't care. It's going down, dude. It's going down.
golly.
Yeah, but like that's why he was saying that. I was like, I'll never own a food truck because it's not, I just can't do it, man. Like, to hold it that long.
I've got a shitty
impossible.
stomach as it is.
And it's only like 3-hour shifts, maybe 4 hours.
Mm-mm. No,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean it's manageable. It's hard though whenever we're super busy and I'm like, dude, I gotta I'm over there walking back and forth. I was like, man, I got to piss, dude. But
and then you're so
nobody can do the
confined.
grill.
Too.
Yeah,
y'all are
dude.
all right there.
And then you're hot, you're sweaty. I don't want to walk around with swamp ass. So I'm like, dude, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna save them by not having swamp ass walking around back and forth. So
Thank you.
I could not
We had an
even
employee
imagine
who would
that.
actually
Dude.
tell us he didn't wear underwear. And so, like,
Just to keep it fresh.
oh my God, I was like, ew, that's just so gross.
Edit that
He's
part
making
out,
his own grilled cheese.
I'm like, he's a guy with
making
no
his own
underwear.
signature
From
grilled
under
cheese.
cheese.
Wow, dude.
Where did you guys meet? School?
Yeah, we started working at United together.
Oh, okay.
We had actually met each other a year before at a like church camp through mutual friend of ours, and we didn't really pay attention to each other, and we started working at United, and
It wasn't a cochino church camp.
no. It was a
Finger hut
legit.
wasn't there?
It was a legit church camp.
I hear about these church camps. I'm like, where were those at when I was little?
Dude, they were
I never
there,
had those
'cause
kind of church camps.
Thomas
No.
would come back to school like in 8th grade. We were like, we had a church camp and so fingered everybody.
And see, I'm from
I was like,
the
God
Arnett. Like I was
dang.
born and raised in Arnett, so the camp was like some kind of community thing where it was every summer, and you'd go during the day, and they'd feed you and
I
everything.
never
And
went
so
to any of that. Or I did it right.
And
I
then
guess
we
I
would
was
either be there like Cavazos or at the Our Lady of Guadalupe or
Our Lady
Grace.
Lady Grace.
Yeah. So
Are you
that's
talking church camp or like
no
community camp?
a community camp, I guess.
Yeah.
But we were at the church with their thing, so I could say church camp. But yeah, that's where we met there originally, and then we started working at United together, and we were both sackers, and we had seen each other at school, so it just kind of worked out.
Just
Yeah.
He used
Did
to
y'all
he used to
graduate together?
stalk me at our sophomore year. He used to be mad.
Dude, my sophomore year, dude, me and my friends, we would try to hurry up and get to McDonald's, and her friend would beat us before we even got to the street light. They were already crossing over, walking. It pissed me off every time, dude. And I'm like, dude, we're gonna beat them one day. So we try to go down the other way without crossing the light and then cross over.
It went on 19?
Never beat them. Yeah, we never beat them, dude.
I don't know. I think we just had
I don't
a
know
close
if their
class.
classes were closer to the exit than us, dude. But I mean, we were sprinting trying to beat them, and
Never.
yeah, we never beat them, dude.
Did y'all graduate together?
Yeah.
Y'all did?
Yep.
We're actually only 4 weeks apart.
Yeah.
Well,
My birthday's
01
August
or
3rd. 02.
02.
My birthday's August 3rd. His is the 31st. So there was the one day we wouldn't even known each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
If I was born one day later, I would have started. I would have been a year behind.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
because you have to sit out a whole year
If I was born
depending on your
September
birthday.
1st, I would have. But my mom started me early, so
My daughter's like that. She had to wait a whole year before she could start school.
My birthday fucked me because everyone had to wait a year to start school, and then my birthday was like way before time.
So you're older than all your friends?
No,
You're
like,
younger?
I'm way younger. Everybody was like 18, 19 graduating, and I was just 17.
Me too.
yeah,
Yeah,
we were
what
17
happened.
Same with me.
also.
Yeah.
I just, I was just 17 when I graduated.
So couldn't go to the clubs with these fuckers or nothing because I was 17, and yeah, unless we're going to Rincon, they didn't give a fuck.
Rink-a-dink.
I think for his 18th birthday, I took him to the strip club
yeah, we went when I was 18 with some friends.
because
from
I turned
United.
18 before him. So
Yeah, it was.
Was it
It
weird?
was whack.
Yellow Rose.
No, we went to what was it? It was
Nibbles?
the one on
Bunkhouse?
Nibbles. It was the one on
on
Slayton Highway.
Slayton Highway.
Yeah,
there was actually a pregnant stripper who took
I
money
believe
out of
it.
my boobs.
Hell
I
yeah.
believe it.
dude.
I would.
It was weird.
So my first experience, I was like, dude, titty bar. You're expected to see some titties out there, right?
Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised.
Dude,
No.
the first girl that got my dollar squeezed it with her hands. She had her hands on her tits and had to squeeze with her hands to get the
She had a
dollar,
little
dude.
mosquito bite.
Yeah, dude, I was like,
She was sagging her G-string and shit.
dude, it was not
We've had a
best.
couple of experiences at the show club, but that was our first one there. And then I think it was like a main person there, and she like put all her titties in my face, and he was all mad because like as soon as they did that, she got off the stage. He was like, "Well, that's
You hugged
messed
them all up.
Yeah.
You hugged up all the
Dude,
good
I
stuff.
get up there, I'm standing next to her with my dollar, and she just fucking looks at me and just grabs it. I'm like,
Hey, do you remember John Henry?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I talked about it before, but one time we went to the strip club and he was like 2-3 years younger than, like he's your age, I
Yeah,
think.
he's my
Yeah.
age, John Double.
Yeah, and so we went to the strip club not expecting to get in because I don't even think we were of age, man. Like we were 16 maybe, so he was probably 14, and they let us in. And like we had an equivalent of maybe $20, all of us together, or like we didn't have hardly just enough to get in maybe, and it was like on a
I was about
Wednesday.
to say y'all paid like $20 to get
Yeah,
in.
dude, like we had maybe just enough for each one of us to get in. And then like $2 left over to tip, you know. But they let us in because it was like a slow night.
Yeah.
And we were just trying to drive by to get a peek inside the door, just like maybe we'll see a titty or something. And they let us in, and we're like, oh shit, we're in. This dude's 14. Like they let us in, and And so we're like, go up there and go tip the stripper. So he gets his dollar and he goes up there and he's shaking, dude. He's shaking, his legs are shaking, and he just like that. And I'll never forget it. Like, it was like he had the biggest smile I've ever seen somebody
Like
have.
squints.
That's exactly how it was, man. That's all he could talk about the whole time, man.
Back then, nibbles was like a what?
That's where it was at.
Like
that nibble.
pussy was like a penny a pound, man. Like, because
It was
it was
disgusting, man.
yeah, like
yeah, it was not a good place.
No.
Man.
And it was our friends from United that actually told us, like, well, let's go to this strip club. And we didn't know any better. We were just like, okay, cool.
Dude, I have a story about this strip club. So I was playing baseball my sophomore year. So all the guys got together one night, and they were like, dude, let's go to the strip joint, right? Well, we had one of our friends. He had a beard already, right? So he's like, dude, we could get in. Dude, I had a baby face, dude. I couldn't grow nothing. Dude. I was like, dude, I'm not getting in. I'm tall, but I'm not gonna get in, dude. And they were like, dude, let's just go and try it. So we started driving out there. We get together Friday night. I tell my parents, oh yeah, I'm gonna go stay at so and so's house. We get together, we drive up there. We're starting to drive up there, and there was a convenience store right before you get to Nibbles. There was I don't know, Easy Mart or something. I don't know what it was, but we stopped over there, and we're like, dude, we got to get gum. We don't want to go there with some kick-ass breasts. So we get in there, get gum. Well, there's a black dude and his chick. They're hanging out there. Their car broke down. And then he goes, hey, man, I've been in y'all's boat, dude. He said, if y'all could give us a ride to Slayton, he said, I'll go there and buy you a case, whatever y'all want. And dude, we're looking at him like, dude, is this dude undercover? Like, what's going on, dude? Like, this is all these people here. He comes up to, a car full of 5 kids.
He could tell y'all are young
dude.
bucks, yeah.
So, dude, I'm there, and we look at each other, and we're like, man, is this dude legit? And then he was like, man, let's try it. Like, he was like, but we're like, what do we do to the joint? He said, man, we'll get the beer, drop them off, we'll come back, we'll drink, we'll get in the club, or the strip joint. I was like, all right. So we said, cool. So he goes in there, and dude buys us a case of MGDs. And
MGD,
yes, dude.
damn.
So we get a case of that, dude. He puts it in the back seat, and then we're like talking to each other when he goes in there. We're like, all right, man, let's figure this out, dude. We'll let him sit in the front. We'll get his girl to sit behind him, and I'll sit in the middle because I was the tallest guy. I said, and then we'll all squeeze. And if this dude makes a move, I'm choking him out.
Yeah.
Like somebody hit his girl. Somebody hit his chick. I'm choking this dude out.
He really does have this philosophy that he's gonna, like, if anybody ever tries anything, like,
he's
snap a neck.
Dude,
like, that is his thing. Like, he had an employee that worked with him, and he was like, he's like, if I had a knife, he'd be like, I'm breaking an arm, snapping a neck, something. I'm like, you're not gonna be that quick.
Choked around here.
So I was like, it's not gonna happen, dude.
Yeah, I told him, let me finish the story. I'll tell him about that guy. But so we said, okay, I'm gonna choke him out if it happens. Dude, we took him to Slayton. Worked out perfect, bro. He got off the car. She got off the car. He said, man, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. And then we were like, dude. So we drove, and we're like, we pulled up to the strip joint again, and we're like, man, we're not going to finish this whole case in this time that we need to get in. So we said, dude, screw it, man. So we drove out there by Double T out there where Jags is.
Oh, yeah, way out there.
Yeah, dude, we parked in
some country road.
Yeah, some country road. Sat there and smashed the whole thing, dude. And it was 5 of us, and I mean, we're 16 years old, dude.
Yeah.
And I get home, dude, stumbling. And my mom is like, hey, how was it? Good. I just walked to my room, dude. And I was like, dude, what are the chances that it worked out that way? So the next day, dude, we were talking to each other, and we're like, dude, that is the craziest thing. Like, it was meant to be. Like, maybe it wasn't meant that we were supposed to go in, like.
So y'all didn't end up going in? Y'all just went in and got drunk?
Just got drunk and went back, dude. And that was it, man.
He bought y'all beer, but did y'all pay for it, or he bought it?
he paid for it.
He bought it.
He said, if y'all could give me a ride to Slayton, which wasn't very far.
Yeah, you're already going that way anyway.
Yeah, he's like, I'll buy you a case. And I thought, it's a sting. It's something like that's what we thought, It's like
he was just luring you to be sex trafficked.
If it's a cop, I'm gonna choke him out.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna choke somebody out, dude. I was ready, dude. I was like, I had auntie. I was ready to choke somebody out, but it didn't happen.
He's ready to roll in the sleeve up.
Was he bigger than you though?
Yeah, he was he was a grown man, Like,
yeah,
16.
But you were like tall even at that age.
Dude, I was tall, but I was skinny then.
Yeah, you were skinny.
So I was little.
Some of my closest friends in high school, all throughout high school, bro, we would go out to the country roads and get fucked up with my uncles.
Dude, it was crazy.
One day, my uncle fucked us up, man, because we always talked about what would we do if a cop pulled up on us. It never happened, and we're like, well, we're fucked because we're all drinking. Like, how the fuck do you throw empty?
There's no hiding
There's
it.
no
Yeah.
way to run.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, a fucking car creeps up, and you're like, and it's out in the boonies, so you can't. There's no lights or nothing, and his lights were off, and he's just creeping up, and I was like, fuck. I tell my uncle, I was like, I think that's a fucking cop. And he's like, where? I can't see. And I was like, look straight. Like, there's a fucking car up there. And then sure enough, dude, you know that spotlight on the side of the...
Oh, on the like by the window?
Yeah, the door.
Yeah.
It fucking comes on.
Damn.
And I was like, I fucking told you. And then his headlights turn on, and he drives up. It was my other uncle. He's like, he had his flashlight out the window, and then he pulls up. He's like, "What are y'all fuckers doing?" He's like, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, I thought you were busted.
Yeah.
But like, what are the chances, man? 'Cause I guess everybody's got that story that they're out there in the middle of nowhere drinking one time.
We did it all the time, bro. Like you said, like nothing to do.
It's kind of dope though, right? Because there's really not any like light pollution or anything. You're just out there. You can see. It sounds gay, but you know the stars are there. You're just there with your boys drinking,
bro. And you see
allegedly.
stars. Bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
You didn't
I've done
even
that
know
before.
that many fucking stars are in the fucking sky. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude, just sitting out
It's
having a
kinda
good time,
dope.
man. Yeah,
Kinda
it was fun.
What are y'all doing later?
No, but what I was talking about snapping necks, dude. So I was on my bread route. I had a helper, one of my homeboys. We were talking about it and stuff like that. And he was like, dude, you won't be able to stop somebody if they try to, because, dude, I'm super nice, and I always try to, give $1 to somebody or $5 or whatever I got to help somebody out. Or, dude, I picked up people sometimes and gave them a ride, like in the bread truck. Dude, I'm like, dude, where are you going? And like,
That's ballsy.
Yes.
yeah. So she always talks about it, dude. She was like, dude, don't be doing that and this and that. But dude, it's like, I feel like I'm good judge of character, so I could be like, this dude, I'm gonna pass. Yeah, I'm gonna pass this dude, But I told my buddy about that. He's like, dude, they're gonna get you one day. I said, bro, try me. I said, anytime this week, try to come at me and see what I do. I said, I'm gonna get you. And he's like, nah, you ain't.
Like incognito type shit?
Yeah.
Like he was a passenger all the time.
Yeah, he was a passenger all the time. So I said, if you were somebody I picked up, just don't tell me when, don't tell me how. Just act like you have a knife and you're gonna stab me. Like, just, do a motion like you're stabbing me. And I said, and I'm gonna get out of it. And he's like, no, you won't. So we're driving, dude, and I don't know if it was a Thursday or Friday. We're about to get off, and we're driving down Clovis Highway. We're right in front of that Stripes. Right there on Clovis Highway in Erskine, or not Clovis. What's that street?
Avenue U.
Yeah, right there.
yeah,
you know where
right
that corner Stripes is. So, dude, we just passed there. This fool reaches over and tries to act like he stabs me. I grab his wrist, hit his elbow up, dude. And I mean, it was a reaction.
While you're driving.
While
Could you
I'm
imagine?
driving.
There's a bread truck
While
flipped
I'm
over
driving
on
with
Clovis because they're fucking around.
Yeah.
While I'm driving with the bread truck, dude. So I grab his wrist with my left arm and hit it with my right arm on his elbow, dude, and knock that. His arm pops. Dude, so he's there.
Oh hell
Dude,
no!
he's there like, dude, you didn't have to hit me that hard. I was like, bro, it was a reaction. Like, I don't know how hard I
Trying to
was
stab me, fool?
Yeah,
I thought I was done
What
breaking
here?
my ribs over there, fucking around in the parking lot. This was snapping arms in the bread truck.
dude, it was the funniest thing, dude. So he gets off my truck and he slides out, dude. He can't even open the door. Like, dude, he slides out. He's like, thanks, dude. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, he hits you over some workers' comp.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, it was the funniest thing, man. But I told him, I said, I think I could get out of it, but apparently I could on that.
It worked, yeah.
situation.
I think about that sometimes too. Like I'm stupid, dude. I'll be in bed laying there, and I'm like, what would I do if somebody broke into my house right now? Like, what would I do? Like, what's my strategy in my head? I always think of different scenarios.
You don't
Like,
have a gun?
Yeah.
Bedside?
No, not bedside. No,
okay.
because my little girl still sleeps in the bed with us. So, but I've got one in my closet. But I'm like, you got to drill that shit. They always say you got to like kind of
you gotta
drill
go
so you
through
don't.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we don't drill that shit. But I always think.
We don't even own guns.
Yeah.
We never shot a gun.
Yeah,
don't own guns.
but he snaps people's necks,
Yeah.
man, so it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good,
He's
man.
not gonna work
And
if
I'm
the
gonna-
gun is.
I'm gonna make the noise.
He's
dude.
waiting them to come in one by one into the door.
You think he goes to bed wearing all black for no reason?
You really don't
They're
want to
not
know
his-
what he goes to bed
It's
wearing.
not his pajamas.
All black socks.
Hell no. Nobody's gonna fight a naked man.
Pantyhose over. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, nobody's gonna fight a naked man.
They won't, but they'll shoot one.
Hell yeah.
It's a fair point.
Right
It's a
in the
fair
dick.
point.
Damn.
You ever see those videos on like TikTok when or like on Instagram where it's like some cholo dude trying to pick a fight with somebody
Oh,
and they
yeah.
square up and he just pulls his pants down and starts running after them? It's a tight
No,
move.
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like maybe that would work, but I don't know. If I always believe if it's my time, it's my time. If I was meant to get out of that situation, I would, but that's just the way I think.
I'm like
sometimes.
that too. I pick people up all the time. My wife gets pissed.
Yeah, dude. I really stopped doing it.
People are crazy now, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It just
They
gets
have like
worse.
Put them in the back of the truck. I don't care, but don't put them in the inside.
Put them in the front.
Like escape room businesses.
Oh, yeah.
They have businesses where you can reenact a home invasion.
Really?
And like they'll put you and your wife in bed, or they'll put you and your wife like in church. And
Did they record them? I hope they don't record
They'll
them.
have like a mass shooting.
Nuts, dude.
Wow.
And a whole.
You're in Lubbock?
And they have one in Dallas.
Are you gonna hear them? Help! Help! Somebody help!
There's some on YouTube.
I shit my pants.
There's some on YouTube.
Really?
And some people do good, and some people they'll sit with you and quarterback you and be like, "This is what the fuck you did wrong."
But that's kind of dope, man.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you need to
Yeah.
drill that stuff.
Real life situation like that would
Yeah.
be sweet.
Well, they say people that like even like having a hard time dialing 911 when you're in the middle of the like when it's really happening, they can't dial 911. They panic.
Dang.
But it's
Yeah.
also sad that we live in that society now that you just
You
have to be
do
scared
that.
anywhere you go. I mean, look at how many things have happened in Texas just in the last like
Yeah,
couple
no
of
kidding.
days. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
it's just
sad.
it's super sad.
It's super sad that you can't leave your daughters anywhere by
Anywhere.
themselves anymore.
Dude.
It's super sad that like old people are just getting constantly harassed by scam text message, scam email, scam phone call. Like it sucks, man. People
Dude,
suck, man.
I heard of the thing where now they're doing like AI
Yeah.
calling. Like
You heard about
it?
it?
Sounds like
Yeah, I was
it.
talking
You
about
said
it
it
on the podcast, yeah.
right?
Like if you answer the phone and you give enough of like just enough audio, they use that shit.
Dude,
That's why I tell my
crazy.
mother-in-law, and I tell even him, do not answer a number unless you know it, because all it takes is for you to answer that one thing, and they have access to your whole phone.
Yeah, it's
they have access
crazy.
to everything. Don't answer text messages. I was like, it's freaking crazy what the technology is now.
I saw
It's getting
a
scary.
TikTok where they called the family and said they had the daughter for ransom for $10,000, and don't call no one, and to meet them for the exchange or whatever. And during this whole like 15-minute conversation, because you know it's cut, you know, they cut the video.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
edit the video. During the whole thing, the daughter comes home.
Dang.
And they're like, they're still talking to the dude, and they're like, what the fuck? She was like, what are y'all talking about? And it was somebody, I guess, watching the house that knew that she was gone. And yeah, I'll take one, bro. That she was gone, and then trying to scam them out of that money, man.
Yeah, everybody's trying to scam somebody.
up top.
Sorry.
Dang. So it was just fake the whole time.
It was fake the whole time, bro.
Dang.
But it was obviously someone that had eyes on the house that knew that the daughter wasn't there.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
And
dude,
like I said,
it's
in the middle
crazy.
of the phone call, the daughter shows up. Like,
But you know, I was telling Eric, like, so you too, like we've got hours, hundreds, if not thousands of hours of us talking. So like people with podcasts and stuff like that, they're the perfect people to, you could steal their voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all out there now. It's getting scary.
really
Like,
quickly, I want to give you your flowers, bro. 25,000 downloads, bro. It's
Dude,
not
awesome,
a
dude.
fucking easy feat, bro.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I had no
Like,
idea.
The Pendejos podcast, 25,000 downloads, dude.
pretty
That's
cool, man.
fucking the shit, man.
Thank you.
That's
I
pretty
appreciate it.
awesome.
And this goes to show you, like, okay, obviously you guys are not Joe Rogan mainstream, right? But 1 year ago, I didn't even have a show, and these guys were your sponsor.
They were sponsored. Yeah.
And
yeah.
like,
They're one of our
the
first
power of
sponsors, yeah.
podcasting. I've got my show. These guys are on the show. Like,
It's badass.
yeah, man. Like
Full
the
circle, man,
reach
dude.
that
It's-
that a podcast has, you just never fucking know. Bro.
Dude, I told Eric that other day, it's super cheesy, but like whenever we, Matt Genius sent us that screenshot, because, you know, he's the one that does all of our IT, guess
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to call him. And he sent that, I go, dude, it's kind of cool, man. You know, we got 25,000 downloads. I was like,
It ain't
and
kinda cool
all
at
this
It's
started like
fucking
with
awesome, bro.
$200, dude. We put in $200 a piece to buy some little cheap ass podcast equipment, and
Bro, it ain't kind of
It-
cool at
you
all.
know?
It's fucking awesome.
It's
dude.
pretty
cool,
It
man.
is awesome, man.
It is,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Dude, she be telling me all the time, dude. I talk about y'all's whole media thing, you know, everybody's podcast that y'all have, and I tell her every day. I was like, dude, it's set days that I can't wait to go to work just to hear the podcast.
That's
You know
badass,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Thank you.
Like Mondays, I'm listening to Deep Dive. Then on Thursdays, I'm listening to JP. On Fridays, if y'all don't. Sometimes that's why I'll send you a message. I'm like, dude,
Where y'all
it is-
at?
yeah,
Yeah,
where
he
y'all
gets
at?
all mad. He comes all
because
mad.
I don't listen to it. I mean, I work in the morning, so sometimes it drops at 11, 12 o'clock. And by the time I'm done with work, and I'm like, dude, it ruined my morning. You know?
You
It's
gotta
like,
have that shit first thing in the morning.
Yeah, dude. It's like
I get it.
It's super nice to go to work and listen to that, dude, and just see y'all just.
Man, we appreciate it, man. I do.
I really
appreciate
truly
that.
appreciate that, dude. It means the world to me. Me not knowing you at all, and then coming up to the food truck one day, and you were like, "Man, I like your show," and I was like, "Oh fuck, thanks, man." And I told Ramos, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and from there on, like I think you heard Eric's training on the podcast, right?
Yeah, that's where I got it from. And then
you reached out to him, and you knew him, and you didn't even know that was him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the reach that a podcast fucking has, man.
That's cool, man.
Like I gotta hit it home to all of us. Like just keep doing what the fuck we're doing, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
like exactly, man.
And it's kind of simple, man, because we're just talking shit.
Yeah,
We're just, know, and we've talked about it before. Like, who would have thought people would even care to listen to what we're talking about? Because
but not
it's
only
stuff
that
we just be talking about if
like,
we're on the phone or drinking some beers, you know.
Not only that, bro. We just talked that life is hectic. Mm-hmm. This is therapeutic in a way.
It
and
really
you
is.
and I have talked about this to fucking no ends. Like it's so therapeutic to come up here and just shoot the shit with your boys and just not care about the rest of the world when we fucking walk back out that door that we've got to tackle. Like it's badass, and I thank y'all guys for fucking being like fans of the show and coming on today.
Oh yeah, dude, man.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it, man. I enjoy everything y'all are doing, dude. Man, it's great to see people that I know, like especially Jonathan. You know, I've known Jonathan for a while, but just to see them thrive and dude, it's super badass, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
I mean, dude, for everybody to just come out ahead.
And
That's
we
the
always
game,
tell
bro.
people, even when people ask about our sandwiches, I'm like, it's actual podcast. Go check them out. You know, go see, you know, my husband, he lives by it. They're hilarious. I was like, just go listen to them. That's where the name came from. So
Yeah,
That's
dude.
badass.
One listen,
Thank you.
man, and everybody's gonna be hooked, man. You know, they just got to give it a chance. You know, just get out there and listen to it, and it's awesome.
I love their podcast like no tomorrow, bro, because when they started their podcast, it was a rough spot in my life, and it was a little vacation on Friday. Like you said, like on your Friday mornings or Thursday mornings, because I know you listen to my show the day late, but that morning, well, that afternoon, that Friday afternoon for me was the same shit. Like it was just like knowing these guys, laughing with them, like hearing stories that they told that I was a part of, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
It was crazy. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. There's been times they mentioned stuff about my brother, you know, because him and my brother were really close. So
Man, dude, his brother is the funniest dude I know, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've never laughed harder in my entire life than like kicking it with Albert.
yeah, dude. Like
That dude's
his
just a
stories, dude,
fool,
just bring
man.
me back to memory of the times they hung out and this and that, dude. And yeah, it's crazy. It's nice to hear them stories and reminisce of all that from back in the day,
Fuck
dude.
yeah,
Because a lot of times you're right there witnessing like,
Yeah,
like all
dude,
the
I'm
stupid
there
shit
with
we
them,
would do.
You know,
Yeah.
it was cool stuff, man.
You guys want to take a real quick break?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. And we're back. So let's just jump into it, brother. What's your favorite feel-good memory, man?
Hey, I was gonna ask you. I was like, "You gonna stick to the script?"
Yeah.
Man, dude, I've told her that it's probably gonna come.
So are we each doing one, or
Yeah. She got to do her own because
There we go.
I told her I gave her at least a week's notice already, but
I didn't have time to think about it.
yeah, dude, it's hard, man, because like I told you when I was sitting there talking to you, dude, there's so many memories and so many things that stand out, dude. I mean, of course, your kids.
I definitely understand it's hard to narrow it down to one, but there's got to be one that really sticks out that's just like a feel-good like memory. You know what I mean? No, and I'm not saying for you to think of that right now, but I'm just saying like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like there's a shit ton of good-ass memories, but just one that's really like a home run for you.
Well, I'm gonna put it out there because I mean I told her about this. So my son, he hit me with something that oh my god, dude.
We were like literally tearing up this morning.
Dude,
talking about it.
something happened this morning.
I'd be crying. I better take
Dude,
it easy.
but-
Y'all know me.
So my son is real big into space, man. We took him to Houston to the NASA Space Center. We toured that. He's always liked space. We bought him a telescope. I mean, he's just real big into space and planets, and
he likes it. And Aaron got an app that you can look up and it tells you what stars are out, or what planets or whatever. So he was always like, Dad, let me see your phone, like, so I can see what's out there.
He knows a lot about space, dude. Stars, like, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper. He knows a bunch of stuff, right? So, dude,
how old is he?
He's 10. He's 10. He's the one that Eric trains,
I tell him to holler at me when he's 15. I got to talk to him about space.
Yeah.
I'll just play it. I'll just mess with you.
So,
I know he tries to pollute him with his conspiracy theories, and my son's like, no, Dad, and I'm like, stop talking to him about that. I need him to be like normal.
Good. He's not woke yet.
Yeah, good though. Let him live his life.
Yeah.
As I said, don't pollute his brain.
So my feel good memory is he came up to me. We were talking one day, and we're talking about space, and he told me, Dad, if heaven's real, would you promise me that you'll wait at the gates for me if God lets us tour all the planets? And dude,
that's
like,
deep.
Oh my God, dude.
He's already thinking that way.
And that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
it was like 2 years ago. And he said, you promised me that you'll wait at the gates of heaven and not, because I told him, I was like, dude, because we were having a talk, and I said, man, I if God could give me the ability just to fly around and see, all the planets and go in and out of stars and stuff like that, and he looked at me, he said, Dad, you promise you'll wait for me? He said, don't do it without me. Like, I want you to wait at the gate for me.
He wanted to do it with his
dad.
dad.
Dude. And dude, like, man, when I hear that and I feel that, dude, it's just like, I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else, Like he loves space that much, and we talk about space and we talk about planets and we talk about stuff like that, dude. And when he hit me with that, man, I mean, dude, when I think about it now, dude, it chokes me up, just makes my eyes water and stuff like that. And I mean, I even told her.
Well, we just recently had a death in the family. Actually, this morning, one of his really close cousins passed away, and so he was having a conversation with me about it and talking. And he's like, he'd wanted to do it. He wanted to do an astronaut tattoo on his arm. He's been wanting to do it, and he was like, I was thinking about it. He's like, and I already just made my decision. He's like, I'm gonna have a big astronaut, a small astronaut, like looking up into the stars.
That's dope.
To think of my son,
because that right there.
His life is just too short.
Life is too short, dude, and that memory right there. Dude,
just for him to think that way, man.
I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like I said, I told him, dude. I said, I'll wait for you as long as it takes, and whatever it's gonna take, I'll wait for you to be there, dude. Because I wouldn't want to explore any of that without him,
On the last podcast, it airs this week. We just talked about that, me and Thomas. Mm-hmm. Like, what if our dads are waiting for us at the gate? Damn. Like, how fucking awesome would that be? And then you're saying that, like,
well, the thing that hits us, and you probably know my cousin that passed. Joe Jr. that worked at the post office.
Shut up.
Yes, this morning.
Yeah, he passed this morning, dude. So dude. Me and my cousin, we were super close, man. For the past 6 years of my life, dude, I played golf with him 3 to 4 times a week, every week, for forever. I mean, we talked about from everything, dude, from relationship to his kids.
Dude, I've never seen that dude not smiling, bro.
Dude,
oh my God, he had such an infectious smile. It's insane.
Dude, he was the best person, athletic, smart.
One of the best basketball players.
Dude, best basketball player ever, dude. I mean, anything that he picked up.
Joe Mata, right?
How did, like...
He one of the Matas, like Michael Mata, Rudy Mata, Joe Mata.
Was he sick? Or?
He found out in November.
He had like a colonoscopy like in October.
November.
It was in October.
Oh yeah, October.
And
October.
after he had that colonoscopy, he just had constant back pain forever. Like he couldn't get this back pain to go away. So he like did tests. They did all kinds of tests, and then finally, eventually, like in probably January.
The first January 3rd.
The 1st of January, he found out that he had pancreatic cancer. He was stage 4. And there was nothing that they could do. He didn't want to do any kind of chemo. He kind of wanted to do the holistic way. So he was just like, they just pretty much told him pancreatic cancer is one of those cancers that you don't find. It creeps up on you. You don't know you have it until it's too late.
I mean, dude, we were playing golf every day, walking. I mean, he was super fit, went to the gym, and dude, it just from the first time that I was talking to him, and he had that back pain, and he was telling me like, man, my back's been hurting cuz and this and that. And then he was like, man, I probably slept wrong. I haven't been drinking a lot of water, this and that, dude, because he was super healthy, And, dude, it went from there to we played again in the 1st of December. And the last time I played with him was December the 15th, dude. And And I would have never thought that was my last time to play with him, you know. And dude, we were super close. And the 6 years that we had, I didn't realize, you know, how grateful I was to have them 6 years. The conversations we had, dude, it was me and him. We walked every day, and it was just me and him. And he was so competitive that it wasn't a competitiveness that it was like, I don't like you. You know, it was a competitive, like, we pushed each other to be better. You know, every week it was like, I beat him, he beat me. I beat him, he beat me. I'll win a couple, and I'll brag about it. He'd come back and smoke me the next week. I didn't win a round against him, you know. And he had that drive to be like, you know what? Because I played golf before he did. So when he got on, he was like, dude, I'm going to compete with you. And he practiced and practiced and practiced just to get to my level. And the things that we did to push each other, you know, like last year, so I've been playing golf since I was, 13 is when I picked it up. Last year was my first round that I was able to shoot under par. And he was there to witness it, you know. Like I was coming into the last 3 holes, and I was 2 over. I go on number 16. I chip in from 80 out. He's by the green. I hit the green. It spins back, gets in the hole, dude, and he throws his club up, dude. He's super happy. He's like, dude, you're even par. He's like, dude, just birdie 1 hole going in. So I had 17, 18. 18, I missed a birdie. 17, I missed a birdie putt. I go to 18, put it on the green, dude, and make eagle to shoot 2 under for the first time.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I shoot 2 under for the first time, dude, and my daughter's with me, my cousin's with me, and my uncle's, my dad, you know, because I usually play with my dad and my cousin, Joe Jr., he's always with us. So, dude, I shoot 2 under, dude, and he's more happier than me, dude. He's super dope, happy, because, dude, he's just that person, bro.
Yeah,
he was just that happy, dude, for me to shoot. But so I do this in when was it that I shot it? Probably June, July. I shot. So, dude, it pushed him to be that much better, where he's like, dude, I'm going to break par. A month later, he breaks par for the first time. And I was there to witness it, dude. And I told her, dude, them memories, that to know that he was there with me to me in golf, that's like my biggest accomplishment, dude. To break par, I've never done it. I've been playing since I was 13, never done it. Shot in par multiple times, shot in under par on a couple of 9 holes, but then I'll come back and mess up the back 9, you know, like I've never stayed consistent. But for me to break it and him be there, dude, it was super.
That was your Super Bowl,
dude. It was my Super Bowl, dude, and he was super excited. And then I was there to witness it for him. And dude, it was just like, dude, I'm sitting back thinking about all these years that we played, and dude, from super healthy to super athletic to passing this morning, man. It's been a hard day for me to just sit and then thinking about my son with the astronauts and. You know,
Emotional
dude,
day, man.
God, dude, I couldn't keep my shirt dry.
He's been struggling
man.
ever since that he hasn't been able to play. He's always like, man, I wish Joe Jr. hope he gets better. You know, I miss playing with him. I miss those times. You know, he would text him and be like, hey, how are you feeling? Are you gonna? And he's like, no, bro. He's like, I wish I could.
I try to text him at least once a week, you know, or once every other week. I text him just like, hey man, cuz I love you. You know, I miss you. You know, like, dude, the conversations that we had just about. Like bullshitting stuff, you know, just talking about whatever, family, his kids, and you know, just everything, dude. It's just like, man, you miss all that now, you know.
Life is so precious, bro.
It is, dude.
It's just crazy how someone that means so much to you is just gone within an instant, and it's just not fair, man. Because you see, and it sucks to say what I'm about to say, but it's my point of reference for my dad. Like, I got all these shitty ass crackhead people, man, that they're just fucking cockroaches, bro. They just never go, never. Like, and then you've got my dad that's fighting the good fight with cancer, and he's gone, and I'm just like, life is fucking precious, man.
Dude, it is, man. I mean, I will never forget them 6 years that we played every day and talked, and the conversations we had, and the stories that we told each other. And dude, it's just, you know, it's.
And then it's also hard because he has 6 kids. He has 6 kids, and his youngest is about as old as our son. You know, he's 10. Crazy. So, you know, you think about what's his girls.
But that drunk driver that just killed that whole family of 4.
Oh, dude, I heard about that.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were out of town.
That was my cousin.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was my cousin and his wife and his 2 kids. And
oh my goodness.
That's the one on the Marcia Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
Was he going the wrong direction?
The other guy was going the wrong way, and he was drunk. and just plowed into him. And he died too instantly. You never hear that the drunk driver dies, but he died.
Golly.
Yeah.
That
horrible,
sucks.
man.
It just sucks, man. It sucks, but it's life, and it's. I mean, you can't prepare for it. And you said that you can't get a screening for pancreatic cancer.
You have like it's such like a.
It comes unexpected.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
because like
because
I said, he was healthy, and then all of a sudden he started complaining about his back pain, and that's when his first signs was that he was having lower back pain, and then he was like, man, I'm not sleeping good. You know, I can't feel comfortable. And by then,
it took him at least 2 months to really diagnose him that he had, cancer kind of thing.
Because they said it was diabetes at first, and then they started doing screening and stuff like that. And then January.
That's a real fuck up. Diabetes to cancer.
Yeah, dude. And
then he's really survived, as far as I know, like what Aaron has told me, that, in January, maybe in February, they gave him like a week to live, and he's survived this long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they give him like 1 to 2 weeks to live in January because he was already stage 4. So, I mean, he fought, he definitely tried, I'm sure he was fighting for his kids and his wife, because that's a lot to leave behind. And he was the the
main breadwinner.
The main, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with them. But yeah, man, it was.
Dude, and I've got, like my cousin Marcus, works them, and they're like, dude, he worked to as much as he could.
I mean, he went back to work like 2
months.
months ago, right?
He was still going
trying
to
go
work,
back to work.
Yeah, because even when he got diagnosed with stage 4, he took off 2 weeks and then went back to work for about a month, and he just couldn't stand up. I mean, because he did all the Express or whatever, like Tech Express or whatever. Yeah. So he was scanning a bunch of stuff, and he just said, "Man, I can't do it, man." So
dude, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, dude,
it was a good dude.
Yeah, it was, man. And he knew all of the guys here that work at the post office. He knew Eric. He worked around with Eric, I guess. Because he always talked about it, and he saw Eric a lot back there. So. Damn. Yeah, it's tough, man.
But yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back to my feel good memory, man, my son, that has to be
pulled on the heartstrings.
Yeah, dude, it was tough.
Like that has to feel so great, like because he's already talking about like number one, already seeing God. Mm-hmm. That's already good enough as it is, because. I mean, these kids today, I don't think they even know who God is anymore. Mm-hmm. Then he wants to wait to go see the planets with his dad. Dude, that's so badass, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
dude, that has to like I said, there's a lot of memories that feel good, but dude, and that was 2 years ago, dude, and to think that has that much of an impact on me, that dude, I mean, I'll think of it in the shower in wherever, and it instantly brings me to tears, dude. Like I can't overcome that feeling that I feel to know, like, dude, this is the main thing that he enjoys, and he wants to spend it with me.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's 50 years old and and he gets there, or whatever. Grown man, me and him will hold hands flying the fucking planet.
He's your sidekick, man. He's your sidekick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. He's dude. I love that little dude so much, man.
He's still mine.
Yeah, that's still her baby.
That's still mama's boy.
Oh my God, he's such a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Well, they both are. The floor is yours for your favorite feel-good memory.
I don't know. I can't really say that I have a feel-good memory that is as good as his. I don't know. Maybe.
Has he ever tried to break your arm in the?
No, he hasn't.
In the bread truck.
I mean, of course, both of the births of my kids. I mean, especially my son. I mean, we went 7 years with never being able to conceive, and when we found out we were pregnant, it was probably the most hectic, amazing thing ever. Just because I took a test and then I was like, walked out of the bathroom and I was like, it's positive. And he's like, shut up. And I'm like, no, it's like positive. And I was like, nah, it can't be possible. All these years, there's just no way. So my friend actually worked at a hospital and the lab, and I called her and I was like, I'm pregnant. And she's like, shut up. And I was like, she's like, come in, we'll take a test. Right. So I come in and I do blood work, positive. I take another pee test, positive. I was like, still, I don't believe it. There's no way. I just can't believe it. So she actually knew a gynecologist that was upstairs that was willing to see me that same day. And I go up there, they do an ultrasound, and there's a baby.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's badass.
It was a baby, and I was like almost 3 months pregnant, and
dang.
yes,
pretty good.
Yes,
already.
Yes, like it was a heartbeat and everything. It was just like such an amazing thing, just because I didn't think we were ever gonna have kids, and it was just like insane. It took me a while to like comprehend that I actually had a kid and that we were gonna have a kid, and so it was pretty good.
Dude, it was 7 years of, I mean, not even didn't even feel like a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't no scares. There wasn't no like, I missed my period, this and that. Nothing. I mean, it was 7 years of just nothing. And then all of a sudden we started working out, and we're doing like stuff, and she's like, man, my tits hurt, like they're sensitive, they're this and that. And I was like, you're probably going to start, this and that. And she was like, no, they're it's
I'm emotional.
different. Yeah,
I'm emotional.
She's emotional now. Like, she's like, yeah, dude.
She's all crying, curling.
So I'm like
13.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, there's no way. So I was like, you know what? We better go get one just to be safe. So I run to the store. Like I said, she takes the test.
Not the Dollar Tree, right?
I don't know
it
where
was a good one. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a pink one. What was it?
I think it was like a EPT or
I trip
something.
out when I see them like the Dollar Tree. Like, what the?
That's
who
when
the
you really
fuck
don't.
is
That's when you really
buying
don't care.
Dollar
It's
Tree
whatever. It's
pregnancy
whatever.
test. Man.
Yeah.
Were y'all
so-
trying or just?
Yeah, we've been trying. We were trying. I mean, like,
We weren't not trying, but I think that after so many years of never conceiving, just not ever using protection, we just didn't think that it was gonna be possible, and it just happened out of nowhere.
That's how my wife and I. It took us 7 years.
yeah.
And actually, they had already said it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, and
Like,
see, we always
and
said,
then
okay, if
that's-
we turn 30 and we don't have kids,
We'll
like
start
we'll
going
start
in.
getting tested, seeing whatever.
Yeah.
And I was 28 when I got pregnant, and then and then we
2 years
thought,
later.
and yeah, 2 years later, I got pregnant with my daughter, and I was like, wow. So it does work.
and y'all
So
weren't-
it does work.
And y'all weren't trying for her either.
No. And we thought it would take some time, since it took 7 years with him, that we would, have to go at least a long time before we got pregnant again. But they're 2.5 years apart.
And y'all hit a home run, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And I called it. What's funny?
I cannot stand him because
Dude, I
everything
called it.
he's ever wanted, he got. Like when I got pregnant, I was like, I hope it's a girl. Like I want a girl so bad. And he's like, it's going to be a boy. And I'm like, but I want a girl. Like I'm carrying this thing. I want a girl. And he's like, nope, it's going to be a boy.
Oh, I remember my position,
So
Hey, but
we-
did you name him after Jacoby Ellsbury?
Yes,
Dude,
we
How dare
did.
you?
Yes.
You know,
we
he's
did.
one of the few Red Sox players I actually liked.
Yeah, so
Well,
I loved
he
him.
went to y'all, so.
Yeah.
Yep. So then when we got pregnant with my daughter, when I got pregnant with my son, it was like an amazing pregnancy. Like I said, I didn't find out I was pregnant till 3 months. Cakewalk, perfect baby. And then I had my daughter, and then I got pregnant with my daughter. I was a week pregnant when I found out. And I was sick for 5 months straight. Couldn't hold nothing down.
Dude,
just
nothing.
miserable. And he's like, oh yeah, it's a girl. And I want a girl. And I was like, I want a boy because they're boys. Like they can be boys. They can be rough. I don't got to worry about it. And he's like, nah, I want a girl. We're going to have a girl. And sure enough,
Freaking girl, dude. I was like,
you suck.
Done.
that's it, dude.
I
Tie it
saw-
up.
I saw this comedian where he's like, man, when people tell me that they're trying for a baby, he's like, they're really telling me they're just raw dogging it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Practicing.
Yeah.
Practicing.
It worked, man. It took a long time, but we finally got.
And then he got even the best of two worlds because I had C-sections with both of them. So when he's like, oh, well, let's just not have any more kids and we just have our two, he's like, you're going to be cut open. Might as well just tie you and burn them up while you're in there. I was like, you could get a vasectomy. We don't have to do all that. He's like, nah,
we
you're
can't do
good.
that.
You're already cut off.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't
you're
wanna
already
do that.
open.
Yeah,
No,
she
we
was
can't
already
do
split.
that. No.
And then there's moments now that we talk and we see like babies and we're like, oh my gosh, like we should have tried for a third. And he's like, we're like, I don't know.
No.
They're cute,
They're
but
already
then
too
you
old
deal
to
with
start
them.
all over again.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Two's.
But our
plenty.
daughter is like the sweetest with babies. Like that is the only reason why we ever would even consider having a baby because she is so good with kids.
She wants to be a big sister so bad.
You're a jerk.
She's honestly a big sister to my son because
Yes.
I mean she does everything for him. Like she'll ask him, "Are you hungry?" She'll go make him noodles. She'll make him mac and cheese.
Dang.
I mean, dude, she will do anything for Jacoby.
And like if we go out of town and they stay with my in-laws, like she packs his lunch. She takes care of him. I call her
The lonche.
I call her like
She got his
a baby
lonche.
mama. I was like,
Got
okay,
your
baby
lonche.
mama. And I was like, you're like the baby mama of the family because
How old is she?
She's 8.
She's 8.
She's
Dude,
8, and
she is.
she's crazy.
Yeah,
So-
she's a full blown.
Can I tell you, feel good memory for my wife is your daughter.
Literally.
Legit. It was the end of the night. Y'all showed up. Basically, she was like getting ready to pack all her shit, and she saw. Was it the tiger?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
my wife just kept eyes on her and saw what that painting meant to her, and it was like all kinds of feel good happiness for my wife, because she was like, that little girl was so excited for that painting. And I think she asked you for money and you like blew her off, and then she like really legit told you, and you like handed her debit card, and she was all excited. Like that was all that paid for the whole event for my wife.
Oh,
That's good.
Yeah.
she gets people's hearts like crazy,
Instantly,
like,
dude.
Yeah.
Like,
instantly.
they fall in love with my daughter because, dude, she really is a good little girl.
I mean, she has a lot of attitude for her mom and people, but to other people, like, she is amazing, but she is a little terror. I don't understand what I'm going to do when she gets older. I get worried because she's crazy.
Yeah,
she really is crazy. She is the what a middle child would be. She's the little troublemaker, the one that
She's gonna be choking fools.
like
Yeah, she is.
she'll
been
beat
breaking
somebody.
Breaking necks.
Dude, she was actually, like, whenever my son there was a girl chasing my son, or
Like when they
trying
were
to-
younger.
Yeah, trying to talk to him. Dude, she ran off after that girl. She was like, you were not going to touch my brother. And she was legit like 4.
Yeah.
And she was chasing the big girl to get away from her brother because she saw that girl chasing her and she thought she was trying to hurt Jacoby. She ran over there and got her, dude. She was like, you get off my
ain't gonna
brother.
happen.
I'm like,
Not on my watch.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
she's,
she really is a protective person for them or for all of us. But her nickname is like Karen McKay because she is that crazy. She'll tell everybody's business. Like we could know something and we'll talk about something in the car, and as soon as she gets into my mother-in-law's house, she's like, so-and-so's pregnant.
Yeah,
Or so-and-so's
dude,
whatever.
telling all the secrets.
Yes, there's
Karen
no
McKay, dude.
secrets with her. She knows. I have to like
Fucking-
try to talk Spanish in the car. I'm like, she's listening. Like we cannot let her know what's going on.
and then our Spanish is broke, and I'm looking at her like, what are you trying to say?
Hey, help me
Like,
out.
yeah, help me.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, her Spanish is like, tick, drop, tick, drop. I'm like,
Well,
That's
it's
my
not
kind of
that
Spanish.
serious.
We'll
It's
just
not
fucking message each other.
That's my kind of Spanish.
Yeah.
Dude, I tried doing that because Brooklyn's in kindergarten, but I forget she can read now, you know? And so she was like, hey, Dad, can you text someone's, like one of her friends in school, text her dad and see if she can come over. And so I'm like, all right. And she's bugging me. So I start texting my wife. I was like, hey, just play it off. I'm texting, you know? And Brooklyn's like, she's like, Dad, why are you texting Mom? Like, I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot you can read now. You know?
Yes,
Like, I can't do that
that
anymore.
is my biggest.
Yeah.
That has always been my biggest worry. Is that she's gonna read text messages and like she gets on my phone. I'm like, hey, bro, you need to make
Yeah.
sure you check your text messages before you give your phone away, because she will go through. She will look at it. She is. We call her CB because she's like the biggest cock block ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They all are.
she.
Oh,
no,
dude.
my son, he could give 2 craps. Like you give him a video game and he will just be off to the world. She likes to be nosy. Close the door. Mom,
She can
Dad.
smell the sex in
No.
here. It stinks like sex in here.
And then if we're like, Aubrey, just leave us alone, Aubrey, like, you know, whatever, she'll go get my son, and my son will be like, Mom, Dad. Like,
he gets all scared.
Yeah.
Open the door.
She'll like convince him. She convinces him to do things, and I'm like, she's just using you, dude. Like she's just using you so that she doesn't get in trouble with that. So it's not whatever. I was like, she's playing you. You don't even know it.
Get off my mama.
Yes, dude.
You're killing her.
Every time, dude. And then we're like, oh, I'll be like, oh, you know, your mom's in the shower or something. Like, she'll get out in a second and she'll sit Indian style right there by the door, dude, just waiting for us.
Waiting.
The
I'm
worst thing
oh
that
my
ever
God, dude,
happened
just
to
kills
me
the
in my
vibe.
life with her is she was in pre-K and I was in school. I was going to South Plains, and most of the days he would have to pick them up from school, right? So pre-K, you got to walk up, actually sign them out and stuff. Well, it just happened that I got off of school early that day, and I said, oh, I'll pick up the kids on the way home, and he's like, okay, cool. I walk up, and then the teacher's like, oh, I need to talk to you, and I'm like, oh, fuck, what could it be? Like, what is it? And she's like, well, Aubrey, one of the moms brought it to my attention that Aubrey had said something like her mom takes a shower and takes a shower with her dad and like sits on his lap. Or
Oh,
Dude.
and I'm like,
going
oh my,
down.
I was like, oh my God, like, why would she say that? And the only reason why she could say that we took a shower is because one time I was in the shower and like I tried to like sneak back and like hide, and she's like, where's Mom? And he's like, she's not here or something. And she knew, but she was only like
We have
4.
a glass door, dude, and the back side is not very big. So she's there trying to hide on the side, and I'm there like, hey, get out. I'm washing my body. Where's Mom? And she's like, she's in here.
She's
I know
over there
she's in
drowning
here.
in
And you know, she's
water all in her face. She's trying to
she
dump.
is
like,
a
dude.
4-year-old pre-K
She's
kid.
getting waterboarded.
She's getting water. The shower's all in her face.
She is a 4-year-old pre-K kid saying that, and I'm like,
That's awesome, man.
what? It was so embarrassing. I wanted to choke her out. I went
right.
home and I told him, what are the freaking chances that this thing happens when I go pick him up? All them days you go pick.
The teacher wasn't going to tell a guy that though.
You don't think so?
I would have been like, okay,
Like-
oh well, but like you,
That's how we roll.
yeah, I was like,
Like
okay,
we
y'all ain't
kiss
doing
and stuff.
it. Yeah.
I'm like thinking. I'm at the same time. I'm like, why should I feel bad for loving my husband at the same time?
No,
like,
hell
no.
no. There should be no
It's true.
shame there. Fuck
It's
no.
true.
Yeah. No, hell no. There should be no shame in that.
but it just
But there's
sounded
some
bad
shame.
coming from.
Yeah, some shame in fucking pre-K. Like,
Yes.
That is.
I was like, do not ever say anything like that again. I was like, what are you thinking?
To be honest with you, I don't even know if me and my sister ever told our parents shit, but we constantly got that fucking talk that was like, whatever fucking happens here stays here, and you better not tell nobody shit that goes on in this house. So I was like, all right, whatever.
I guess.
Like,
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
No, my daughter won't listen to that.
Yeah, she won't.
Like, dude, we'll tell her. Like, I mean, we're driving, talking about something, and we're like, dude, don't say nothing. As soon as you get off the car, don't say nothing. By the time we get unpacked, we
Or
get
not
into-
even that. I mean, she has a super close relationship with my mother-in-law, so they're like thick as thieves. So I'm sure she goes and tells all her business
Oh,
to
I'm
her, everything that she
Ida's like,
knows.
"Mija."
Yes. Yes.
dude. Like,
I mean, my mother-in-law Ida defends her to great lengths. Like she's a pain, but
Yeah.
she'll defend her like, oh my mija, And I'm just like, you're not the one that's dealt with her all the time.
yeah.
That's some favorite grandma type shit.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
That's the
Yep.
favorite grandma shit right there.
Mhm.
Do you have like a soft spot for not having Brooklyn a brother or sister?
Dude, I go through it all the time
Yeah.
with her, man. Yeah, because like she's always asking for, for a brother or whatever. I'm like, it's just not in the card. It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. Like, we're lucky we got you, But I feel guilty, man, because like I get out of work and I'm tired. I don't want to do anything, but she just wants to play. She never runs out of gas, and so I'm there playing Barbies with her out of guilt.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have a sibling to play with, so I'm playing Barbies with her, doing whatever,
But granted, if she had a sibling, they still wouldn't be playing.
Oh my god,
Probably
They'd be
not.
talking shit to each other.
my son wouldn't be able to play with Barbies with my daughter. He'd be like, nope, not happening.
I tried to make her cry because I farted in her Barbie's face that one time. Man. she
He's
was
looking at me
pissing
like,
me
what?
off.
Well, you gotta have someone for the G.I. Joe to fuck, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, but
That's why I played with Barbies when I was little, but I would take all their clothes off, man. I was a little pervert.
Yeah,
You gotta
I
have
was
someone
like,
for the G.I. Joe to fuck, dude.
I told my daughter, yeah, you're screwed. You're gonna have to play by yourself because my son's not gonna sit there and
And play with dolls.
I'll
Play
play
with
dolls with my daughter because I feel guilty because we didn't give her a sibling.
Yeah.
So that, and it's like going back to what I was telling her, like she's always texting me, hey, tell so and so's dad. I mean, if they can come over and play, and I'm just like, I just want to chill.
You're like, nah, I don't want no fucking company.
Yeah, I don't, man. But I mean, I kind of feel obligated to,
And
'cause she's by
siblings are
herself.
good to an extent. Of course, my kids, they fight nonstop. Like, I mean, they can get in the car from school and they're like at each other's stuff. I'm like, bro, stop. Like, you got to calm down. Like, you just got in the car.
Yeah.
They like can throw it out at each other. And I'm like, you guys need to be nicer to each other because that's all y'all got. Like, once mom and dad are gone, that's it. Just y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, and you don't understand the bond that you will have with your brother and sister because only you guys know what y'all lived through, what happened in your house, your family, all that. I was like, you don't
Exactly.
understand. That is the bond that you guys have. I said, because for me, I was that way with my sister. My sister passed away when I was 21, and the life that I lived with her, I mean, we were so close, and it was like nobody understood. Like, she was like my road dog. Like, we knew what we lived through. We knew everything, and so we just understood each other. It was just this thing that you just knew.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's the kind of relationship that I need you guys to have, to be that close and to understand each other that much.
I mean, you absolutely right on that shit. You go through a bunch of shit together. You can finish each other's sentences. You know what your sister's thinking as soon as like something happens, or fuck yeah. I'm sorry you lost your sister. That sucks, but definitely I can get that.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't realize until you don't have them how much they really mean to you, and so that's why I'm like, that's all you guys have. Like, I need y'all to not be that way.
So let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Like, do you feel different about like kids coming over to spend a night? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with now the way things are now,
I'm afraid to. We haven't had one come over yet. But I'm super nervous about that. Like, even when I'm out delivering mail, dude, and I stop at a Stripes to use the restroom, if a kid walks in by himself, I just walk the fuck out. I don't leave anything up to chance, because all it takes is one accusation and your life can be ruined.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
And I was telling,
it's so scary now, man.
I was telling her, because I mean, like, dude, when I was best friends with Justin, dude, I slept over there all the time. Or he came to our house. It wasn't nothing. We were 6th graders, you know, 7th graders, 7th, 8th, and 9th. We were always at each other's house.
Y'all were inseparable, dude.
Dude. And I'm like, I don't know if I could have that for my kids.
And my son has been
nonstop
bugging, when can I have a sleepover? And I'm like, oh, Jacoby, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say people are like that, but you would be surprised how many people are like that. And you just don't know who to trust. Like, you just cannot trust anybody.
Now.
It is. And I was like, you know, and especially for my daughter being a girl, I'm just like, that's even more for me to be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and then again, I don't want people there at my house and to be like, you know, so it's just like, I was like, you're pretty much screwed. Like, you live in a whole different time frame than when we did. I was like, because I used to be able to go outside and play, not to have to worry. But I think I kind of understood. I was more like cautious to what was around me, my surroundings. I knew like if there was this car creeping around, I'm going to back away, you know. And I don't know that my kids would be the same way. You know, I tell them, be careful. You know, my daughter gets mad because she's like, I want to go play outside. I was like, you're not going to go play outside by yourself. Your brother's going to be out there with you. You do not take your eyes away from her. Like, just not happening.
Yeah. But I think what it is we grew up since we were young playing outside. I mean, I was playing outside 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I mean, I had friends all the way up to, you know, before we went to Guadalupe.
That's how we got disciplined, bro.
Yeah.
You can't go outside.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Exactly.
That's so true.
And like with these kids, my son doesn't go play outside very much at all. I mean, he has a friend down the street that they play 30 minutes and they're coming back in. Dude, we were out there for hours.
All day.
And that's
All
what made us
fucking day.
cautious about, you know, somebody comes up, like, get away, you know, or this and that. My kids wouldn't know what to do if it happened, you know, and you could sit there and tell them, but they don't have that experience of being outside to learn it or see it.
It's true, man.
You know,
so true.
So it's a whole different time, man, on anything like
growing up, my house was the house to spend the night.
That was the kickback.
Like, everybody spent the night at my house, and it was never a problem. And it was very rare that I'll spend the night at anyone's house other than my boy Georgie's. I always stayed over there. But like now in today's society, I don't know if that's a thing like anymore, man.
Dude, and I just realized, like, you know, because my daughter's 6, but she sleeps in the bed with us, you know, and it never even crossed my mind, dude. But it's like my mom's still like, she needs to get out of y'all's bed, because if the wrong person hears that she's sleeping in y'all's bed, they can take it the wrong way, and it's just that's the times we live in, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it never even crossed my mind, you know, that stuff like that can be said, you know.
Yeah.
So,
but you also, what's the ladder? You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna let her spend the night at just anyone's house either.
No,
like,
our house is gonna be the house,
exactly.
You know, because that's I was raised that way. Like, I wasn't spending the night at anybody's house. We're staying at mine. You know?
I've said it before on the podcast, and I have a friend that like just blatantly said it one time at a kid's party, because she was like, "Mom, can I spend the night in so and so?" And she's like, "No, you're not gonna end up molested. They can spend the night at our house." And I was like,
God
what
damn.
the fuck?
Get right to
Dude,
it.
I was like in front of everybody, like all nonchalant. I was like, "What the fuck did
As
you
an
just
adult,
say?"
I get it now
Yeah.
why my parents were so strict,
Yeah.
because I could never spend the night at anybody's house. But we were always having get-togethers at my house. You know, go to Pinocchio's, get a monster pizza, some video games, and movies at my parents' house. You know, but I was never allowed to spend the day at anybody.
I was able to when I was a little bit older, but I mean, I'm talking like 4 houses down, like on the other side of the block kind of thing, not anywhere far away. Like, she could walk to where I was staying the night at.
And I'm just kind of nervous about, like, with you bringing it up. I'm like, because Brooklyn's always asking, "Hey, Dad, can I have a play date with some friends from school?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool," but she wants to have slumber parties. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. I don't want the.
But looking back,
I don't want the smoke, man. I don't want nobody to say anything.
exactly.
looking back on the shit we did, like my first beer, my first cigarette.
Spend the night at somebody else's
Was
house.
it spend the night at someone else's
Mine was
house?
at Flam's. In 6th grade at Flam's house.
Dude.
We got into his dad's yellow bellies.
Dude, I got a story about my first time trying to smoke. So me and my brother Albert, we stole a carton of cigarettes from one of my uncles. He was a big time smoker. So we stole some cigarettes, dude. And at night, dude, this is before we moved to the Guadalupe neighborhood. So I'm in 5th grade when I'm on 31st Street, like 4th, 5th grade. So, dude, me and my brother are opening up our room window at night, and we're getting a cigarette, and we're smoking out the window with our mouth out the thing.
But are you actually
God,
smoking, or are you just
So
like
we're,
blowing it?
we're not.
Yeah.
We're puffing on it, right? And this is I'm 4th grade. So, dude, we
Little
go.
badasses.
Yeah. So
Albert's influence.
Yeah, Albert's influences. So my brother and him, they were in this thing called CYO at St. Joseph's, right? And CYO back then, it was. I mean, it's still pretty big now, but back then they were like do trips and do all kinds of
It was
stuff.
fun
you know?
back then. Yeah.
like dances and all kinds of stuff, for the CYO. Well, dude, they're taking a trip to San Antonio coming up, and I was all excited because the people that were running it, they were my mom and dad's friends, and they were like, I was like, man, can I go? And they were like, if your dad and mom let you, like, we'll watch you, this and that. And I'm a 4th grader. Well, dude, Albert calls me up. This is the week before the trip. Albert calls me up, dude, and I'm walking around. I'm like, damn, where's Albert at, man? And Albert's up on the top. I see the ladder on the roof, on the side of the roof. And Albert's calling me up. He's like, dude, get up here. Come smoke with me. And I'm like, all right. So I start climbing up the ladder, dude. And I was nervous climbing up the ladder. But right before I got to the top, I tried to put my foot up there. Well, I slip. And I fall off the roof, dude. And
oh, shit.
We had a bush that my dad had just cut the week before. It was a big old bush that we had. And our house was like it had like these concrete steps up, it was like a wood beam house that, like you could get underneath the house. So like there was steps to get in. So it was a big concrete thing. Well, dude, I slip off the ladder and I fall off the roof, dude. I mean, I'm literally like looking at my brother. He's like, come up. So I get up there, I put my foot and my foot slips. And then I reach and I try to grab the shingles and I slip. And I fell right where the bush was, dude. And I broke my left shoulder. Oh. And I run inside, dude. And my brother, he was playing video games. My older brother, Alfred, I jump in there and I'm like, dude, I fell off the roof. And he was like, shut up. And he pushes me on my shoulder, dude. And I'm crying, dude.
What a jerk.
And I'm crying, dude. And Albert comes down. He's like, dude, where's Aaron? And I'm fucking sitting there crying, dude. And he's like, he fell off the roof. You're like, no, you didn't. I was like, he fell off the roof. And I'm crying. Dude, we called my mom and them.
Albert smells like cigarettes still
Dude,
this whole
yeah,
time.
we call my mom. Dude, my mom picks me up, dude. And there goes my trip to San Antonio. They're like, yeah, I had to go to the emergency room. And I was in a freaking sling and this and that. Well, I don't think I like broke it all the way because I wasn't in a cast, but I was in a sling.
Yeah.
And my mom said, nope, you ain't going, dude. And I was devastated, dude, because I was so looking forward to that CYO trip. And I mean, I was in the CYO because I was too young, but I was so looking forward to going with them and doing this and that, dude. And
See why it used to be fun back
Being
then.
a follower, that's what happened.
yeah, dude.
How
And
many finger huts are gonna go to San Antonio that trip? Shit.
But dude, I was in 4th grade. I mean, it had to have been. No, I was in 5th grade is when my last year there. So
you're like
it had to
10?
have been 4th or 5th grade when we did our first cigarette, dude. I was like, what a fucking badass.
Yeah, dude.
Like, stupid.
And my first cigarette was a Bugle. The ones where you had to roll,
them
yourself
up. Yeah,
with
yeah.
no filter.
Damn,
that was my first
fancy
cigarette.
with it.
And I don't think I ever inhaled. I couldn't have. I could because hell no. But I thought I was a shit and like puffing on that fucking Bugle.
yeah, dude.
Fuck that.
I still don't inhale. I don't know how to smoke. I've tried. I'm serious. I've tried. It's not for me, I guess.
Yeah.
But dude, thank you guys for coming, bro. Fucking
Man, we
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks
it.
for
had a lot
having
of
us.
fun, man. Before we go, man, once again, how do people reach you?
We have an Instagram. It's Bubba_Breeze_grilled cheese. And then our Facebook is B&B Grilled Cheese.
BREY, right?
Yes.
BREYS?
Yes.
Okay, badass. And you have any shout outs, bro?
No, man, I just
You know, you better shout out to your brothers.
yeah, I want to shout out to my two brothers. They listen to every podcast that y'all have.
Hell yeah, man.
So they're super big fans, So I just want to give them a shout out. Give a shout out to my family that's going through the loss. To my cousin Joe Jr. For sure. Definitely gonna miss him. So
yeah, man. Sorry to hear that.
shout out
bro.
to them. Yeah. So good people, man.
Yep.
I think that we'll dedicate this show to your cousin Joe, bro.
Cool, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that, man.
Awesome, man. You have any shout outs?
Shout out to my baby girl, my baby boy. Love them. My friend, Honda. She's going to watch this. She's going to be a new fan.
Yeah,
There
for
you
sure.
go. Shout out to Bubba and Bree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Bubba and
They're-
Bree.
Yeah, like
You know, she always my daughter, she's like, well, that is my business. It's Bubba and Breeze. It's
That's
Breeze.
right.
My name's in the
Yeah,
thing.
dude, they
right.
walk in there like they own it, dude. They were like, it's our truck, and I was like, well, it's gonna be your truck if it lasts that long, Like, I'm definitely gonna use them to come work, but
Well, that other
know.
day, I ran into your dad when we were out there getting a sandwich, and he had your little girl, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing, Mija?" You know, she goes, "I'm coming over to my truck to get some food and see my mom and dad." And I was
Yeah.
trying to-
And she acts like
said
she
it was
owns
hers.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did. She said it was
definitely
hers.
holds it down
Yeah.
when it's hers.
Yes,
man.
and if she could, if we'd allow her, she would be working it too.
She has a favorite sandwich.
She likes the buffalo chicken. That's
Buffalo
her
chicken.
favorite. She
Yeah.
likes anything spicy. But we did
Damn.
have her work a couple of times, and she didn't want to just do anything. She wanted to take orders. She wanted to
She
be
wants
on
to
the
run the
thing.
window.
She did,
Yes,
yeah.
like she just wanted to be there with everybody.
And one more quick shout out, real quick. Just all the food trucks in Lubbock, man.
Yeah.
We met some really great people that definitely helped us out, because we jumped in this not knowing nothing. We started from a passion to running a business, man. And we had a lot of people reach out to us that helped us along the way, dude. So,
Especially one of our faves, Mijo's Tex-Mex. Like, she's amazing. Jennifer, she's
Jennifer's
definitely
a
been
super,
our one of our like best friends that she's showed us a lot that we didn't even know.
and I call her for any problems we have, things that, we don't know about catering, about anything. She tells us like, hey man, this is what you need to do, this is how you price it, this is any information we have, the truck wise, anything, she's there for us. So definitely, in the whole community, it's everybody that, we're in a face group like group, and everybody helps each other out. It's super cool people, man.
That whole culture is just something else, man.
Everybody's always
Dude.
helping each other out. dog.
Because
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
my wife
that's dope, man.
first
Yes,
did
man.
her
Tell.
first art show, like you said, like fucking deer in the headlight, don't know shit, and people like just knew it, like they could see it in her, and all came to her booth and like, you got to do this, and make sure you do this, and make sure, like
dude.
it was all like just helpful shit, and it's so easy to be a dick and not
Yeah.
want to fucking help you, but
Yes, man.
You know, I say it all the time. I was like, man, there's always enough success to go around. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
For
what I mean? You
everybody.
don't. I try to help anybody out with anything. You know,
Dude.
like, even when you had mentioned you thought about doing a podcast, even if you don't do it with us, I'll help you get it going. Do anything I can do to help anybody get going, because there's always enough success to go around.
Yeah,
no matter
dude,
what.
and I see that live every day because I have a bread route, right? You go to the bread aisle, there's 10 different companies, and everybody eats. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
makes money there. And it's like, dude, that's the way I say about any food truck or anything, and when I see it live with y'all's podcast, the way y'all pick each other up and advertise for people, or you know, say, hey, man, check out this podcast, check out that. Dude, the love and support, man, dude, that's what it is, because like you said, there's enough for everybody to eat, everybody to be successful. So, I definitely wish all my food truck friends and, all the people that we know
hell yeah, man,
to success,
Badass.
man, definitely.
And that says what kind of people you guys are, and that's gold, man.
Yeah.
Like, truly, it really truly is. You have any shout outs, bro?
No, just everybody listening, just keep tuning in. Rate your show 5.
Get that 5 stars, yo.
Dude, I found out our boy Flams is getting shadow banned.
Oh, he is?
Check this out.
What?
So Jimmy Diver, you know Jimmy Diver?
Yeah.
He hits me up and he's like, hey man, I'm trying to rate the deep dive 5 stars. He goes, and it's weird because it's rated on iTunes. He's like, it's rated 4.8. He goes, and I keep trying to rate it 5. It won't allow me the option to submit it. He goes, but as soon as I drop it down to 4, it gives me the option to submit it.
Well, dude,
That's crazy.
speaking of that, dude, I've done it to both of y'all shows where I hit 5 stars and there's nothing else that will allow me to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like a submit form, or it just keep the stars on there, and I hit 5, and it doesn't do nothing. So I don't know what's going on with
That's
it. But
weird.
I've done it multiple times with y'all's, all of y'all's podcasts is trying to rate it because, I definitely try to put the love back out there, but it doesn't do it.
That's
you hit the
weird.
5 star and it just stays there.
Yeah. And he sent me screenshots showing like no option for submit with 5, but if he goes to 4 stars, there's an option to submit that.
Do you think that
Dang.
it's possibly because you've already rated it?
I have no idea.
I
That
don't
could
know.
be it.
Maybe.
And maybe it's like going to 4 stars, you're changing your rating, so therefore you can submit
Oh, maybe.
it.
Maybe. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. There's shadow banning,
No doubt,
his
especially with
content.
his content, man.
Yeah.
But once again, bro, I got to shout out to Pandejo's podcast with 25,000 downloads.
Awesome,
man.
dude.
Thank you.
Keep
it
doing
going.
it, man.
I-
Keep
I-
it going for sure.
I'm just in awe of you guys.
Oh,
and
that's
when
cool.
I'm not lying, when I saw y'all post that, it was like I'm winning too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, we're all in this
yeah,
together,
man.
bro.
Like
Definitely.
I was so happy for y'all guys.
Thank you.
But no deep dive for
I think
this month.
he's gonna take about a month
Yeah.
off, to just kind of regroup. His goal, he wanted to finish up his whole year without skipping an episode and then kind of stretch out a little bit. So he hit his 1 year anniversary, and he's
Well,
gonna
we
take
still
a few
got
weeks
E
off. So.
for everything. Drea loves you. Then we got Faith in Sports, and also One for the Road. If you guys haven't checked that out, check that out. It's a pretty good one.
Pretty good.
The Success, It Is What It Is, with my buddy Robert. That's out in Amarillo. Yeah, just give those all a listen, man. Shout out to all you listeners, man. I appreciate you. Once again, thank you guys for coming, man.
Yes, sir. Man,
Shout out to
you.
DJ Kipo in the mix. And Patriot Paint and Construction, and also Tigre Burrito. Hit them up for your breakfast burritos every morning, man. That salsa is fucking hot as fuck, bro.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that butt burning shit.
Yep.
Yeah, but hit them up, man. And till next time, read some books. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Kipo. DJ Kipo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going, and hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Kipo 806. Once again, that's DJ KEEPO 806. Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806-544-7199. Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.